Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight is the stock market bull run here? You tell me. I think so. The Federal Reserve, are they helping out? You know the answer to that. That's what they do to make sure the rich stay rich, the wealthy stay wealthy, those who holding assets win. Now, riches, if you invest, come along for the ride. And welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream, where it's members only that can be in the chat room. But tonight, a special edition over at Instagram Live. I'm testing it out. So hello, Instagram. We are now live through StreamYard. So that will be very interesting for this evening. So let's get into it and welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Hello, everyone. I want to thank you so much for being here. Once again, this is our Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. If you're on YouTube and other locations, you have to be a member of the channel to be in the chat room. However, I started something different tonight, the testing 1, 2, 3 at Instagram. Hello there, Instagram. Welcome to the SSN Nation. We talk about things that can help you out financially. It's not just real estate, even though we had a live stream on the real estate recently, just about 5 minutes ago. But now we're going to be talking about the stock market. And some people would say, Eric, I don't know anything about stocks. I get it. But here's the thing. You don't need to know anything about stocks. You don't have to pick a stock. How about if you pick a fund, an ETF, something that gives you a return on your investment? And you just basically give them your money like a 401k. Except, unlike the 401k, you get the 10 or 15 or 20% or more. Let's just start this off. Make sure you have your pen, pads, and papers ready in case you're new here, because you never know when there are gems. Now, our chat room is open. Unlike other chat rooms, you don't have to pay. This is the no guru zone. You don't have to pay for anything unless you want to become a member of the channel. And only members of the channel can be in the chat room tonight. And welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Laverne Panics with that icon next to your name, which I greatly appreciate. And he says his tagline this evening: hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received a notification and saw the trailer. Thank you so much for that. That's one person tonight that has that notification and trailer subtitle. Now, also, Laverne Penix, he's an investor, real estate, business, and a lot of other things. And in this YouTube street, we call him Mr. Cool. So welcome to the family, who's ever now becoming a new member and whoever now is watching in the internet space. Also, who's here? Jawway J, another real estate investor in Dominican Republic, also here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with that icon. I humbly appreciate. Thank you so much. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, SSN Nation. Hope everyone is doing well. Received a notification, saw the trailer, and smashed the like button. Thank you for that. And everybody on Instagram, hello once again. Welcome. Smash that like button, the love button around the internet, because we're on other platforms as well. So make sure you follow, subscribe, or become a member on the YouTube channel. That'd be very nice as well. Either way, become a member on Instagram. However you want to do it. It does not matter. You know where to reach us. On Instagram, Stop Struggling Now, which I rarely talk about, and YouTube, Stop Struggling Now. Most outlets, Stop Struggling Now. That's it. All right. Most social media. So once again, like I say, give it one piece to the like, the follow, the subscribe button. That would be greatly appreciated. Now, let's get into a little of what we got to talk about tonight, because the stock market bull run is here. But is it? Well, if you have all-time record highs, that kind of means you probably are going to have a great situation. And I don't have that on the screen to talk about first, though. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about something else that's a little more important before we get into the stock market. Because our man, we got alarms going off, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to play a video and go see what it is. Oh, looks like it turned off. Okay, there must be some malfunctioning going on. But nonetheless, all right, it's all safe. No smells are coming through. I can jump through. Bank teller is important. Brian P. sent this over to me. And this teller says 7 reasons you shouldn't keep more. I love this. I love this. I love this. Many people simply leave chunk of money in their checking account, but is it the best move? One of the reasons it's not the best move is no interest earned on larger balances. The number one reason, she says, seeing huge balances in checking accounts was the complete lack of interest earned. Why would you keep 10,000 just sitting there doing nothing? She asked. Checking accounts are meant for money that will be spent in the short term, not for larger sums that could be earning interest elsewhere. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. We had a problem with Instagram. It shut down, but I didn't realize what happened. Whenever I do start stocks and start talking about them, whatever, we start having issues with screens. But it's all right. Once you hang out here, you'll see there's reasons for that. All right. If you can't get in the chat room tonight here, just to let you know, only members of YouTube with the icon can be in the chat room. You could be there if you're a member of Twitch. We can't do our own Poker 101A membership site on Facebook, so they changed the way you can do groups. So it is what it is. All right, back to the banks, back to the business at hand. Once again, stock market bull run. Is it going to happen? It's already happened, right? How much more do you need? I mean, it's getting ridiculous. The Feds have done everything they can do, which is stock market positive, like we were talking for the last 8 months, 9 months. We knew what that meant, and you have to be in the game, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to make it so as long as you're in the game, you get to reap the rewards. Unfortunately, you're not probably going to be in the top 1% or top 5% of the wealthiest. So a 10% change on $1 million is different than a 10% change on $1,000. So they make more wealth. So therefore, the inequality gap is going to get larger. But that doesn't mean you should not participate, because that free upside that they get, you can receive based on what you put in, right? So here's what happened today. So it does look like everything is in green. Yeah, the top three, S&P 500, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, even though it was minor for the Dow Jones, and it was minor for NASDAQ. It was minor for S&P, but it wasn't negative. Gold is at 2,300. Oil, $80. Where's silver at? They don't even have silver on here. That's interesting. All right, commodities. Natural gas, silver, $28.72. All right, pay a premium. So still, that's not moving. All these should be a lot higher, quite frankly. Gold and silver and precious metals. All right, so let's get into it, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? It's the stock market run. Now, I could have gotten back in, I think. No, I would have to cut this off, so can't get back in. We're having trouble. Yeah, let me see if I can do something here. This is going to be on the floor. Oh, I can do something. No, I can't do something. I can't change the stream. I can't change the... No, I can't just go live. You're already live. If you need to change the stream, I'm not live on Instagram. That's not happening. I'm going to try and do something. So hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Let me go check something out. I already have the stream, so I might be streaming. All I have to do is go live, I think. If it recognizes me going live, then I can click live. Yeah, I should be able... Oh, no, can't do it. No, doesn't like it. Preview. We'll see in a second. Nope. Doesn't like it. All right. Well, we tried. All right. Victor Marrero, he's back in this live stream, back from Casino, giving us great news. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. I see I have a little problem. I can't move around as easily as I want, but it's okay. Thank you so much for being here, Victor Marrero, with that icon next to your name, which I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline, hello all, let's do this. And the exciting news that he gave about Connor Rock was the fact that it cost $83. Well, hold on. He hasn't clarified this yet. This is $83 per person to go from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. and use the Hard Rock Hotel facilities. I think it's a good deal because that discount is, like I said, if you're on vacation, your guest is on vacation, and you're going to spend money to go eat. First things first. You're at the Hard Rock, so I'll just say we're going to eat, and 2 people are going to eat. 2 people, usually your entree is going to be anywhere from $25 to $35 per person. All right, so you're already going to be spending anywhere from $50 to $70 per person just for your entree. Appetizers, $10, 1 drink. So you're already going to be at around $50-$60 per person, 120. But in the DR, you got to add 28%. They do 18%, and then they add 10% for hospitality. It's like a tip, but they don't say tip. It just says 18% plus 10%, 28%. So if you spend $120, you're already going to pay at least another almost $40. So your bill will be $160, $150. That's especially if you get a drink, an entree, and 2 decent size entrees and a drink and an appetizer. You will be over $100. So $83 per person, 2 people, that's $160. Unless they're going to charge me that 28% on top, that's $200. Now we got an issue, right? But nonetheless, you get to use all the facilities for paying for the day pass. So if you own Econo-Rock, this is real estate, or in the Hard Rock Hotel by the golf course and all that, then $83 per person is not that bad. I mean, especially, like I said, you can use everything, the pools, you can go eat at whatever restaurants you want, you can go to the club already. I mean, so you get everything. All right, Victor Morrell, staying on the stock tip. He says, hey, Eric, you know what? I'm over here I can't do the live stream, unfortunately. Guess that's not how I can do it. Once I went out, I can't come back in because I think I hit disconnect. So public, let's try again. See if that's the thing. I think it is. All right. So Victor Morrell says buying more NVIDIA. Oh, man, while you were gone, Victor, man, just yesterday it was 1:15 after hours. 1:15:60 after hours, man. That was a good buy day. So just letting you know, everybody, the AI space is the next bull run market, the next revolution. That means anything artificial intelligence wise, robotics, a whole bunch of different things. That could be not really call centers, but it could be anything that has to do with picking up phones, the software, hardware companies, because it'll be automated almost. And so that will be very interesting. Fundamentals are on target. Exactly, the fundamentals are on target. There was a sell-off because people took their profit. I mean, there's some people that bought this stock at like $45 a share, and it split 10 to 1, ran up to over 1,000, then split. So then when it dropped to 120, or well, not 120 really, but 1,200 a share, and then they split 10 times, and it went down to 120, 118. All of a sudden, people are like, man, there ain't no reason for me not to take this profit. Some people bought it $90 a share. Still, you're like $30 per share. No sense in not taking profit. So people took profit on one of the days. It went down to 118, and then after hours, it went down to 116. Next morning, it went down to 115 and some change. It was crazy. And then it skyrocketed back up. And I don't know where it ended today, but that's very, very interesting. Yeah, it's over. I can't get there. Connect streaming software to go live. Yeah, so I can't get there. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to play a small video for everybody watching because I'm going to try and do something. All right, there it is. Here we go. Yes, as a Econo-Rock owner, our discounted price for the night pass, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. is $83 per person, and that's all you can drink and eat. Wait, what about the actual pools and, the rock climbing, the ping pong tables, the pool tables? What about all the other activities? Are you able to use all the activities? What about the night? Well, I'm assuming the nightclubs too, right? I mean, the nightclub you can go to anyhow. I'm referring to the other little spaces that they have, the bars and the drinking, and sometimes bands as well. So let me know about that. And if you aren't Connor Rock owner, it costs $115 per person. Let me know about, is the $83 tax 28% or 18%? Is there any tax on this $83 or $115? Because if it is, the 115 is, that's like 140, or not 140, but that's, yeah, $30. Yeah, that's like damn near, yeah, it is 140. It's 140 a person. That's crazy. How much is the day pass then? Is it still 159? Something like that for like 10, what is it, 10? Or is that 2 p.m. to 2 a.m.? It's something like that. Let me know. Let us know. Very, very interesting. It's rare you can get information. Here we go. All right. He spells it out. It's $83. Is amazing. Think about it. It's all you can eat and drink, including all the high-end restaurants and even the night show. There we go. Now we're talking. That's a deal. I mean, actually, it is a deal. First of all, um, can you get the day pass at a different time? Can you get the pass like 2 to 9, or does it have to be 6 p.m. to 2 a.m.? But nonetheless, I would be there at 6 p.m. because I would get something to eat, then probably just go out to the beach, get some more drinks, then probably do some entertainment stuff while I'm there, right? So go check out the entertainment. Go to the casino, even though I'm not really gambling at the casino. Now, if they had poker tables, then okay, maybe I might sit down for a few minutes, but not long, because the wife would be with me, and no time for gambling unless she's asleep. I'm not gambling in the middle of the day. But yeah, $83. And just to clarify, it is per person though. And what about the tax portion? That's what I want to know. The tax portion. All right, let's go. Here's what he said. He says, yes, that includes all the pools, just as if you were paying $500 per night. You get a bracelet just like the other folks staying there. Okay, I like $83 a person. I think that's awesome. I mean, everybody who's went anywhere, and especially if you've been to the DR, let's just get real. This is not DR of 2017 or 2010 or 2014 or 2000. I want to eat at La Bruja. I know what I'm going to pay at La Bruja. Great price for my ribs. I know what I'm going to pay. I'm going to pay like 960 pesos. All right. Great price for me. $18, something like that. Great price. But we add the 28%. So you pay a fourth more. So it's $25, $26, $27. I get one drink. The one drink, okay, it's $8, $9. Rum and Coke, I think that's what it costs. So as you can see, I'm already at 37, $38. And I don't even have an appetizer. Maybe get one appetizer, the nachos. Okay, so that's another, like, I think it's, it's like 10, it's not even $10, but let's say it's $10. Oh, it is $10 after the tax. So see, easily $50, right? And then you have someone else with you. So you're easily at $90 for two people for the one sit down and one drink. What happens? And if you get water, you got to pay extra too. But anyhow, you're in $100 easily. So if I can get there at 6 p.m., 6:30, get something to eat, and then I just go hang out at the Hard Rock and, do whatever. There's a lot to do at the Hard Rock. And then I get a little hungry. I'm 9:30, 10 o'clock, I'm eating again. or after the show I'm eating. So either way, it's worth it. You're not going to spend, you're going to spend way more than $83 over the course of, if you go eat early, like 6 p.m., and then you're going to have a snack or eat later, you'll spend the $80 a person. That's just a consumption tax. That's the way I look at it. That's not even a high price, quite frankly. That looks like 30% discount. Is that what that is? Okay, Victor Morel giving us all the knowledge. No taxes. There are 3 pass categories. Full day pass, $183. Okay, that's crazy per person. Day pass, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. That's the one. Okay. That's long too. That's actually interesting because that's $300. And then the night pass, $83 per person. I'm down with the night pass. We're going to spend $160 on eats and drinks. And actually you're going to drink a little more, because when you're paying a la carte and your drinks are costing roughly about $10 for each one, in the DR right now, it's still inexpensive, but in about another year from now, it's going to be like everywhere else, $15 to $20 for drinks. So if you can get $83 and I can get 3 drinks myself, 6 drinks total, that's $60 by itself over the course of the night, right? So, and like I said, I'm going to get gelato ice cream. I'm going to get some other stuff that's not even in the restaurants. So all that adds up. And Victor Marrero, I should mention, when we're staying at the Hard Rock, like him, we don't, like, there's different things that happen. Like if I'm eating, let's say I'm eating, I don't know, I'm eating at a Benihana's, whatever, and I get the Asian food, I might get like a drink, but then later on, I might get some wine. See, that's the thing, right? You say, okay, I don't want to drink right now. I'll get some wine, which is still a drink, but the wine generally costs more than a regular old drink, alcoholic beverage. So all that adds up over time for a nice evening. And to spend $83 a person, you're going to spend way more than that easily. And never mind about the show. The show itself costs money if somebody had to buy in, but you don't. But still, that's even worth it. So come on now. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. That's the sweetest thing ever. I like the night pass. I like the 6 p.m. time frame because, like you said, the 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. doesn't get us the night show. 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. gets us the night show, and it gets us dinner. We will spend $160. You're going to spend $120. You're going to spend $100 to $120 anyhow in the DR for dinner at a nice place. And actually, more. I shouldn't even say. If you go eat at San Juan Plaza, there's a place called Noah. Noah, even though it's a nice place and all that, it annoyed me. Why did it annoy me? Because my spot is in Los Corrales, La Bruja. La Bruja, the prices I just gave you for La Bruja, for like the nachos, the drinks, and all that, well, at Noah, forget about it. It's going to be 20% more at Noah, and they shave off what they give you, the quantity. The food is excellent, but instead of me paying like $25 for my meal at La Bruja, it's going to be $35 plus 18%, 28%. So at Noah's, you're definitely going to spend $120 for 2 people. That includes entrees and an appetizer and a drink for each one of you. You're going to spend more money at Noah's. So that's what I'm saying. There's some locations that you're going to be spending well more than $160, and never mind if you had 3 people with you, because $240, that would be all day. I mean, 83. I like that time frame and the night show. Victor Morrell, since you were there, what was the night show? And was it every day, even though you probably were there during the middle of the week. So did the night show run every day? Like, did it run Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Or did it just run Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in the summertime? Let me know. And let me know how many people were there. Was it crowded? All right. Now let's get back to the riches if you invest, ladies and gentlemen, because once again, we get messed up around here when we talk about dividend investing. I keep harping on this, but we're talking about the Federal Reserve tonight. Why am I talking about the Federal Reserve? Let me pull something up. All right. Let me find, where is it? I don't even have it up here because I'm doing a ton of things. Tons. Let me see where that Federal Reserve report is. Let's see here. I don't want liabilities. I want to see what their balance sheet is. Because the reason why there's a bull run, well, there's several, quite frankly. Oh my, that's not what I need. I need, okay, come on. Federal Reserve. I'm not getting where I want to be. Okay, so hold on a second. That's what I need. I'll just Google it. I need the Federal Reserve balance sheet. Where is it? Okay, here it is. What starts happening that a lot of people don't realize is the Federal Reserve actually buys stocks, gives loans. So corporations can buy back their stock. All right. So this is why the bull run happens. So you'll start seeing like a small correlation. All right. What's happened since 2020? Some of you may not understand what I'm talking about, but here we go. First of all, we got George's Charles in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation. Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with the icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. Thank you so much for being here. And he brings his tagline. He's also a real estate investor, a stock market investor extraordinaire. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. That's why if you have any questions, you need to ask him here in the chat room. And he brings his tagline, hey, all. And just so you know, he brings this too. I smell money in here. He's correct. And what you do not know, he is the emerging millionaire. Because why? He has multiple real estate properties in the Dominican Republic. And when they are delivered, they will combined be worth over $1 million. That has put himself in the position. Now, when we talk about stocks, that's why you have to put yourself in the position. Because once you understand what the Federal Reserve is doing, then you can actually understand why the stock market is going to be stock market positive. That's what it's going to be. Stock market positive. And here it shows you right now why. One of the reasons, notice the correlation. This is 2020. And all of a sudden, they start buying up whatever assets they want. And notice they jumped up real quick. 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023. They're buying up. What do you think that's doing to the stock market? That's increasing in value. All indexes, all-time record highs earlier this year. And then, of course, they said, oh, we need to maybe take a little bit of profit, but they're still buying. See, 8 million. Total assets in the millions, but they sold a little. Now that's why the stock market had a little pullback. It makes perfectly good sense, doesn't it? All right. So think about it. That's how you are going to operate. When they reduce the interest rate, they will be giving out loans, which does not show up on their balance sheet unless you start looking in other areas, which they don't like to keep all together. So they make you look around. Like here, I just went to balance sheets. They're not going to give me the liabilities. You see, they're not going to give me all that. So another day we'll get into the other reports. But the balance sheet is all you need to really kind of know where it's going to be stock market positive. All right. That's all you have to do. Remember that part and remember this other part. When they reduce the interest rate, stock market positive. That means these corporations can borrow against their assets. And what are they going to do? They're going to go buy some more shares of their stock. That helps their stock price increase, which triggers stock options for the executives. Doesn't trigger anything for the other employees, but stock options for the executives. That's what their goal is. When they reach a certain value in stock, we get stock options. And they're not just 10 shares of stock either, usually. All right. Then they can go out and borrow at low interest rates, 2%, 3% for 10-year interest onlys, 15-year interest onlys. Oh, if only you could get that, right? So those are the type of things that you have to think about, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, Victor Morrell chimes in. Yes, there are night shows every night, a different show every night. The resort was at 98% occupancy. This place is a cash generating machine. Hey, it's the Hard Rock. What can we say? They got the brand, they got everything. They know what they're doing, and they're getting extra money from people like who's staying at the condos. At what's going to end up happening after Riviera Bay gets in there, after this new project that supposedly is going to have, allegedly, I don't think it's going to have 1,000 units. Now that I know, I think the land, where it's supposed to go, I think it's messed up. But we had 1,000 units out there. There's going to be 4,000 or 5,000 people that live there. And out of that, there'll probably be 10% that'll have their units up for rent. And out of that, damn near 100% of the people are going to pay $83 for the 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. time slot. I'd recommend that to everybody. That gets you your dinner. That gets you your show. That gets you unlimited drinks, unlimited eats for dinner every night. And that's the most expensive portion of the day. There's going to have a mini marts and they're going to have shopping and things like that there. So, and there's one other thing I should mention. Victor Marrero and everybody else, it's $35 or $40, depending. Earlier this year, somebody reported they had to pay $40 to go to the beach. That means go to the Kana Bay Beach Club. They had to pay $40 each. Some people reported later it's $35. But my point is this: $35 consumption fee, if for $50 more, you have unlimited drinks, unlimited eats, shows. So why would you not pay the 83? There's no point in paying the 35 because it's a consumption fee. The 83 is a consumption fee as well. But the show has a value. Unlimited drinks have a value. Unlimited food has a value. Or any different type of food you want has a value. It's well worth more than. So to me, that's going to actually, if now the other question we haven't addressed yet, though. Victor Marrero, we need the $1 million question, though. How much is it for guests? If I own there, does my renter get the $83 per night? Or do they have to pay the $115? I mean, the day pass from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., $115. The other passes start getting crazy. So we're talking about a potential where a place could have 3 or 4 people if you have a 2-bedroom, and 4 people paying $600. That's a lot. Or 4 people paying $445 or $460. It seems like a lot, but once again, the numbers don't lie. If it's $83 per person, that's what you're going to spend anyhow on eat, drinks, transportation to and from wherever you're going to get eats and drinks. So it's actually still going to be a good deal for those 7-8 hours, right? 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. is 7 hours. Oh, no, 8 hours. Those 8 hours, unlimited drinks, unlimited eat. Great. That's a winner. George's Charles, the emerging millionaire. Super sticker. Thank you so much for that, man. $9.99 super sticker. A rare moment. I appreciate that. You know, I always get giddy because we have memberships, but we rarely ask for donations of any sort. We don't have our Cash App up. We don't have a Patreon. We don't have any of that. So it's awfully nice when somebody does a donation, such as George's Charles does. So I greatly appreciate that. So that's correct. We as owners with Connor Rock badge don't pay in the beach club. But okay, that doesn't right. Okay, actually, there's another good reason to actually be an owner, but as a renter, anyone else without a badge pays $35. That goes towards consumption. So if your bill is $40 total, you only pay $5. Yeah, your bill's going to be more than $35 because, well, it doesn't make much sense to pay $35 to go to the beach and not go eat. I mean, so it doesn't make much sense. The third, you might, since it's a consumption, at least get drinks. So to me, if you so hold on, I need to know about the $83 though. If you own there, is there you and your guest, can they get the same $83? That's the $1 million question. Or do we got to pay $115? $115 puts it at a that puts it a little bit out there to me at that price point. Let me see. I'll show this in case anybody just joined us. Make sure you smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, this $150 a person just seems that's $300. That seems a bit out there. Because if I go eat anywhere else in the afternoon, I'm not going to spend $150. I don't think, for eats and drinks, and then come back 4 or 5 hours later and get another $150 worth of food. I'd have to be walking around and doing a whole bunch of activity for that to happen. 300, it'll be pretty close. It may not be too far off, but it's pretty close. All right. Victor Morero has been kind enough to share this info. Let me see. Do we have the other prices? Let me see. Is this the same prices? Oh, yeah, that's the same prices. 183, 150, 83. Okay, these are owner prices. No taxes, no additional taxes. Yeah, I like the 83 per person, especially since it includes a show, because the show itself that's a value. So I like that. But it's 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So that means I got to do something else during the day. The 150, I don't really like that. Because it's only 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and that generally means I'm going to eat dinner somewhere. And that's going to cost me about, like I said, $80-$90 if I'm eating at La Bruja. If I'm eating at Noah's, yeah, definitely going to be 110, 120. So it's hard to really say. So we'll see. But nonetheless, we need to know about the renters. My guest. I need to know about the guest. George's Charles, thanks again for that donation. That's $9.99 super chat. Riches, if you invest, if you understand what the Federal Reserve does and how they influence the markets, if you understand how the banks influence the markets by giving debt facilities, is what they call it, debt facilities, otherwise known as loans, to corporations and companies themselves instead of the Federal Reserve. And they give them favorable terms, low interest rates. Same type of thing. It's just a misdirection of funds. Your funds, because some of your funds goes towards, that's how they make money, right? And then they allow them to leverage by borrowing against those same stocks that they just bought. So that's why our capitalist system that the wealthy do, it's the debt is higher than what's recorded because it's showing we gave a loan and then it's showing we bought stocks, which is an asset, and then I borrowed against the stocks. So, see, that's possible. So that's the funny thing, because the stock price went up. So that's what makes it funny, but that helps you win. So as long as they're doing that, you have to be in there doing it. Not so much borrowing against the stock. Don't do that. But what I'm saying is you have to be in the game. You have to be in the real estate game. You have to be in the stock game. You have to be in the finance game. Stocks and finance to me is in the same game, same genre of the game. The billionaires, the most amount of billionaires, the number one thing is they're in the finance business. So then you want to have your own business and you want to be able to have the money generating without you. That's what you want. Okay. So let's see. The $83 per person at the Hard Rock is only for those with Kind of Rock badge. Others pay $115 per person, including renters, which I think it isn't bad either. I plan to advertise my place, including it. Oh, that's a risk. You're gonna risk that, Victor Marrero. This isn't the talk for it, but that's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. But I will say this. The projects that are coming out after you, which are coming out in the next, that have just come online, that started to be promoted, like Oasis Bay. Oasis Bay has villas that are 640,000 and 740,000. So that's upping the ante in the neighborhood. And their condos aren't 400 G's like yours yet, but they will be. But the point is, they're bringing other items. Like I said, I like the mini marts. I like the fitness centers. I like the game rooms. I like the co-working spaces. I like, the restaurant. I like all of that. But they're not just block buildings like the original ones. These have a little more character to them. The one that the teaser for Noval is showing Roman statues. And that makes me think this is going to be like a freaking Caesars or something. It's going to be something that has to do with Romans or Greece or something. So whatever is going to be built, and they're going to have mini marts, restaurants, fitness rooms, pools on the golf course as well. So it's going to up the ante. And then when they put the mall in out back, and by the way, the mall is supposed to be out back along the back wall inside the gates, which is, I thought Noval bought all of that property. So this is going to be very interesting. On Friday, we're going to find out. But that brings up the value in the whole neighborhood. Noval also has a restaurant that just opened across from the golf club. It should be open by now. So that added another restaurant on site. But see, here goes the situation. The restaurant out there, I'd be willing to bet you it's more like Noah's. I doubt if you'll be able to get a meal that's going to be under $45 to $50 for entree and a drink. All right. So now that $83 pass for me as an owner is worth it. Will I need the pass? Doubtful, because they're going to have a grocery store, mini mart, Oasis Bay is, and the new project that's coming from Noval. Plus, whenever they put their little mall in the back. So all of that changes the whole dynamics. I probably now won't have a reason to go eat inside Hard Rock for $83 when I just went to the grocery store. And also, if my renters can't get a badge, then that means they pay $115. $115 per person. That's at my high end, I think. Because between 6 p.m., the only reason it ends up being probably about right is because of the show. Because I can eat, and if a show is $25, $30, I don't know how much the show is per person, then I'll probably get to $115 relatively easily. All it has to be is $25 per person for a show. Then I damn sure know it's going to cost me. I'm going to get 2 or 3 drinks in the next 6 hours. And I know I'm going to get some snacks and some food and whatever for the next 6 hours. So I'd definitely be over $115. I don't like it, but the way the costs are for restaurants and they're going to rise, then the numbers are going to make sense. I just can't see doing the all day 183 or something like that per person. That just seems a bit crazy. But I mean, for guests, people who are traveling there and visiting, I think that's going to be that they'll probably pay the 115 for evening time, including a show. Now, we'll get into advertising your place, but we were talking about the stock market bull run. Are you guys going to be involved? If you're new here and still haven't downloaded you haven't downloaded Robinhood or Webull, please do so down below. All right, that'd be greatly appreciated because you get free share of stock. I get free share of stock for being sending you over there. If it's Webull, then you get multiple fractional shares. If you deposit, you can get more, like 10 or 15. It depends on the promotions. So go over there, get your brokerage account. You have to be in this game. In case you're new and haven't heard it, 70% of the population in America lives paycheck to paycheck. This mirrors the rest of the planet. All right. So whether it's 60% in another country, whether it's 55% in another, the wealthy are just getting so much wealthier. And this is what they're doing. They buy businesses, they buy real estate, they start businesses, but starting a business is risky. Just keep that in mind. And it's easier to buy businesses. And that's why they keep buying. They'll build a business, but they build business because they have the revenues coming in. All right. So keep that in mind. All right. Let me get this. Hopefully, I don't have any background noise playing. Let me make sure. No background. No background. All right. Looks like we're good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to be on here all day. This is going to be short and sweet. It's going to be one of my shorter live streams, but did he say something else? Because if anybody wants to talk about stocks, we usually talk about dividend stocks. I just straight up now just say YoMax ETF, YoMaxETFs.com. All right. You want some stocks from YoMax ETFs? That's NVDY. That's the NVIDIA. Apple, APLY. Amazon, I can't remember Amazon, AZLY. ULTY, like a total market type of ETF. It's high risk, high rewards. We're talking 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45 type of percent of return. That's high risk, but it's high rewards. So that's why you have to look at YoMax ETFs because they base it on the actual options trading income. Then they use some of the money to buy bonds, treasuries, and then some of the money they use elsewhere. So the profit is coming from the actual trades. Some of the option income coming from that. So it makes it very interesting. It pours money into the pot. You could have $1, $2, or $3 per share dividends, depending on the stock. And the stocks are all like generally $30 or less. So if you had 67 cents, $1.13, it all fluctuates, but some of these are 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% or more from what you have put in. And you get a dividend every month. Now, I will talk about some others that I've always talked about, AG&C, Real Estate Investment Trust. If a real estate investment trust can stick it out right now and they're giving you 14, 13, 12% returns, like the AG&C, ORC, ARR, if they can hang right now at this higher level of interest, what do you think is going to happen when the interest rate goes lower? They're going to make more revenues because they can borrow lower, and their stock price is going to probably rise. So if you buy later, which you should reinvest your dividends, if you buy later, then that means it's going to be a higher price to buy the stock. So you want to get in now before there's a price increase. So real estate investment trust, they'll keep giving you your dividend, but they'll have a higher revenue and higher profits. So their stock price will go up. So you'll have the best of both worlds. They're not going to go up from like $20, $120. But all I'm saying is they'll rise, maybe 20 to 30 to 35 to 40 kind of thing on the bull run. So that way you're getting those great returns of 15% for the next 3 or 4 years. right? Or 14 or 18 in some cases. IEP, that's Icon. That's not a real estate investment trust, but he has companies that he invested in. They're diversified. The car business, real estate business, stores. So, you know, but they give great returns. My other favorite, Prospect Capital, PSEC. P is in Paul, S is in Sam, E is in Eric, C is in Charles. That's why you keep a pen, pad, and paper with. You just never know what's going to come out of anyone's mouth in this one. So, just saying, check those out just for start. All right. There's more, but just start with that. All right. Also, ET, Energy Transfer. It's over 8% dividend for an energy company. Energy companies traditionally don't have that, but because of our market right now, it would be a good time to have Energy Transfer on your team. 8% return. Also, our JEPI, JEPI, JEPQ, that's JP Morgan. That's what it is. They have funds. Hover around 10% return of dividends with probably when banking gets a little better, if they decrease the interest rates, the Federal Reserve that is, and you're going to love life, right? You'll be in love because the stock price will go up and you'll be getting almost a 10% return just from that. And they're pretty safe. I mean, I'm not going to JP Morgan's not. They're not going to have a problem. They shouldn't have a problem. I'll put it that way. I shouldn't say they're not. They should not. They have all the advantages. They're close to being a Fed bank. All right, there we go. Now, Victor Maria, I'm a little concerned. I'm a little concerned about your price point. You have isn't that a two-bed? Yeah, it's a two-bedroom. You're going to have four people occasionally. So the thing is, they're you're gonna if you had four people, that would mean 260. Okay, we'll come around 270. Yeah, 272, I believe. It'll be $272 per night. So how much are you gonna charge for the room? So are you thinking like like oh, and that's only from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So are you suggesting that you're gonna try to compete with the Hard Rock themselves? Because like you said, it costs $500 per night. And yes, I know it's a hotel. And if four people were there, they would have to sleep in the sofa sleeper unit. But you still would be in their range. I mean, you would have to charge, I'm guessing, at least the 272, and then you're going to have to charge $100. I'm trying to think $200. So now we did four something, and then you say, but that includes the Hard Rock from 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Otherwise, you're going to have to do the unthinkable, the all day pack, 183. Now you're talking damn near $800. I mean, yeah, per day. You can't do that because you only have one room, so you can't do that. So I mean, I don't know your numbers. How are you going to figure that? I look. I can pretty much guarantee right now. There's nobody out there renting two bedrooms for $360. Okay, um, or 300 per night for that matter. Let's go look. They have a lot of new properties at Hard Rock, so on the grounds of Hard Rock. So let's go look. Let's go check this out. Let's go to Airbnb. This is your road to riches, ladies and gentlemen. Real estate rises when the Federal Reserve buys stocks or buys assets, homes, like ETFs, hedge funds, real estate investment trusts. So for the real estate. Not saying a lot, but if you can get something, that's why you need to stay tuned over the next 24 to 48 hours, tomorrow and the next day. New projects are out. I'll be making new videos. I did a live stream on Atset inside Vistacana, 1 bedroom, 1.5 bath, 129,000, which is 130,000 really, and a 2 bedroom, 2 bath for 2021 and 2022 rates of 190,000. White line, meaning kitchen and AC units in the rooms are included in the price. That is a bonus these days because a lot of people are not including white line. So those prices are great, but it's not a spectacular project. They don't really have amenities. They just have a pool like everyone else. That's why the prices are what they are. They have a area to barbecue grill again. That's a little cabana. That's nothing major. Well, then you have an outdoor fitness area, which in the high humidity area, I don't know how good that goes over. So it really is an apartment complex that's 2 levels high because there's no other amenities there. So I guess if you take it out, just treat it as a regular apartment complex, then it really is 2021 and 2022 price. Because if it had other amenities like the mini golf, like the full-blown fitness center, like multiple pools, multiple cabanas where you can lounge, and a few other things like a restaurant and a cafe, then their prices would be $40,000 or 25 to $40,000. So that's the reason why if you want to live inside this economy, those are the best prices that you're going to get for a 1 bedroom with 1.5 baths. That is SSN Nation approved with a 1.5 bath, and the 2 bedroom that has 2.5 baths, SSN Nation approved. And they are not small. It's not like 75, 72 square meters. The 2 bedroom is actually 90 square meters, which is 1,000 square feet. That's a good size. And the 1 bedroom is about 550 square feet. That's a good size. So that's why it's a good price if you want to be inside Vistacana with all of the amenities Vistacana has to offer. It's almost like picking up a project in downtown Punta Cana and then realizing I have to pay for all the amenities in downtown, all right? Unless you buy the Oasis Lake, which is has its already manned Caribbean Lake Park. It's already built. So you got zip lining, you got rock climbing, you got pulleys, and the owners and guests get to use the water park and get to go to the nightclub. Oh, that's included. And there's a restaurant on site. So that's the only place that has everything there. All the rest of the places downtown have nothing. I mean, I shouldn't say nothing. What I mean is Aurora Luxury has something, but most of the complexes are going to be fitness center, seating area for barbecuing, and a pool or two. That's generally what you're going to see in town at this point. You're not going to see Vistacana. You're not going to see Atlanta. You're not going to see those mega projects being built. Now, Larimar and Cruise on Land, if those guys somehow get built, great. But they'll be probably the only 4 projects that would have be the mega projects, which would make those invaluable because you don't have to pay extra to go to the man-made water beach, man-made fishing lakes. The restaurant and bars and all that are there. Shopping center and all that's there. Now the school, Ashton schools are at Vistacana. So that's an added bonus. The equestrian center and the golf course, everybody in Punta Cana would have to pay for those 2 items. The rest of the items are free. They're part of, you just pay your HOA and you go use all the amenities, a sport complex in Vistacana. So we're going to go look this up though, because I'm skeptical about how you're going to combine it unless there's something you know that we don't know. Because I'm going to use July 4th for a week, and I'm going to put in Well, I'll do 2 guests, so then we know we're spending they're spending, well, you spending $230 for 2 guests. So, I don't know how you're gonna be able to pull it off unless you know something I don't, where rental values are gonna increase dramatically. I don't see how though because shopping zone in it, which is great, but that's it. I mean, there's not in other words, the attraction is my 115 per person. So if I don't pay the 115 per person, then obviously what I would do is for any other attractions, either I gotta go to the beach club, which now costs me 30, $70 just to go to the beach club. So I'm kinda like and I believe this is where we're at. So we're in the summer. Yeah, this is not sustainable. So you're gonna have to give me the playbook on how you're gonna make this work. Because this right here is a well, this is a penthouse unit. It's 151 clearly. But there's other units here. I don't I don't think we're gonna get there. 3 beds again, 119, 2 queens. Yeah, I don't see how we get there. There's just no way. Unless something changes that we don't know about. We can't get into the 2 I can't I can't charge these guys 2 something. I don't see how we do that. And don't forget, there's gonna be 1,000 here's a 2-bedroom for 102. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be another 2-bedroom down here for like 80, $90. Yeah, we can't get there at all. Penthouse unit for 116. Yeah, we can't get there. There's no way. Luxury penthouse hardware, 101. That's looks like it's Econo Rock, which is in the back. They put themselves up front, it's in the back. Yeah, there's just nothing here that supports that. Here goes another penthouse in the summertime. Okay, so it's not gonna support that, I don't think, Victor Romero. So maybe you just came back from some update that we don't know about, but that 115 per person, I don't know how that's gonna work. I'll just do this, 6 through the 13th. I'll do, 4 guests. Let's go with 4. This won't make sense either because I'm not gonna be able to charge that. I can't charge 300 a night. Yeah, I can't do it. Can't do it. I'm not gonna do that. 2 bedrooms, again, that's kind of our condos. Let me get closer. 127, pool and golf pool, um, 2 bedrooms. Yeah, there's nothing here. So let me know how you're gonna do it, and you're gonna be flooded with 1,000 more units. Okay, I don't know yet. I'll wait till Friday to say the 1,000. Okay, I know you're gonna be flooded with like 127 more, 300, and then however many Nobal's gonna put on there, which they said it was crazy, 1,000. Maybe that was just room. Maybe it'll be like 200 or 150, but another 400 units are coming for sure, plus whatever they're finishing up now. So there's going to be at least another 600 to 1,000 units in play on the ground. So I don't see how you can. But again, I can't see chat, so maybe you're going to help me. I just can't see it. Um, let's see. Brian P is here, ladies and gentlemen. The man for the topic, stock market bull run. Brian P, welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with that icon next to your name, which I humbly appreciate. And he says, hello, tagline. Hello to you. I hope all is well with you. Yes, it is. Hello, SSN family. I got the notification and saw the trailer. That's only 3 people tonight. So make sure you smash that like button, ladies and gentlemen, just like Brian P says. And in this YouTube street, he's also known as Mr. Dividend. That's right. So you never know. And Brian P, I already mentioned ET. All right. I mentioned the ET, energy transfer on the stock market for you. All right. Get that 8% dividend, ladies and gentlemen. I already mentioned it. I already mentioned your ULTY. I already mentioned that too. All right. I mentioned that. I beat you to it. All right. E. White's in the house. Another investor extraordinaire is here. To the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with that icon. I humbly appreciate. And he says, good evening, SSN family. Welcome to the Wednesday night live stream. Exactly. Making moves in these financial streets with CMG stock split coming up. Thank you for mentioning that, E. White. I almost forgot, and I did forget. 10-to-1 stock split coming up. That's another opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm glad you mentioned that. See, you got to be in the YouTube street of SSN Nation. You guys get some valuable info that other people may not even be talking about. They'll be talking about CMG because of the stock split, but we were talking about CMG back in 2021, thanks to Gino Chimiente. So just letting you guys know, it was beautiful. Currently the proud owner. Okay, I left out something else. Currently the proud owner of 100 shares. Congratulations, E. White. Thanks, SSN, for sharing. Exactly. Congratulations, man. That one's going to be valuable in this next bull run. They're going to pull you right along. How high will it go? We don't know, but they will be taking advantage of the next bull run. And not just based on the stock market, based on the overall markets around the world. When central banks start reducing interest rates, that gives them balance power. That also gives them higher profits potential because whatever loans they've got in the last 2 to 3 years, they can reduce them. So that'll free up some extra money. And since they're $1 billion company and profits and revenue, that means that's going to free up billions of dollars. So just keep that in mind. Thank you for mentioning that, E. White. I forgot all about the CMG stock split 10-to-1. Thank you for mentioning. That's a lot of people need to know about that. All right, Victor Morrell, he just got back from the DR. He was over there for the week. He's been contemplating his rental values. I don't see how you're going to be able to do that because you would have to be somewhere in a crazy number. You'd have to charge almost $450 a night because you got 160, and then if you have 2 people, 166. So then that's 6 p.m. to 2 p.m. I'm assuming that you're talking about 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. So then therefore, your profit. In other words, I still have a hard time with what they're charging right now. So it's only one. Well, you need a 2-bedroom on there for $100, 180. I mean, $100, 110. I mean, or 89.90. I mean, so I don't know how. There's no way to incorporate that unless you actually. I guess you can market it and say it. Stay at the 2-bedroom. You have 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. Usage of Hard Rock instead of paying. No, you still doesn't work. 4 people would stay in a 2-bedroom. 2 people aren't going to get a 2-bedroom. I don't think. So 4 people would get a 2-bedroom or 3. So therefore, it's going to cost you too much. It's going to cost $460. So I mean, you could say, stay with me, 660. Oh no, you're not going to charge 6. Oh, you can't charge 660 a day. Okay, I shouldn't say you can't. I'm just saying you'd be hard pressed. 660 per day because you can stay in my 2-bedroom condo, or spend $1,000 per day and be at the complex or have access to the complex 24/7. So now you give them a choice. So now it's going to depend on how many days you're staying, I'm pretty sure, and how much is it going to cost you. And don't forget, you got to give it that's going to be a rough. It's going to be pretty rough. I just can't see how that's going to. I don't see how that's going it couldn't. It, in theory, I'll just use in theory because what used to happen when we had the Soul Fest at the end of January, it put them in a position where they would have a lot of rooms where they could charge people like 1,300 a night, right? So here's the interesting um, hard. This is what we do from time to time, ladies and gentlemen. We actually start deep dive hard rock, casino, Punta Cana. Okay, I'm going to their website. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in prime time. I'm going to put in. I'm going to put in what it used to be sold. Black Friday Summer Edition up to 50% off. I'm just going to go see how much. Well, okay, let's just start right. Let's just start on September 10th through the 7th. Just so everybody knows, if you're into real estate in Dominican Republic, especially in Punta Cana area, the last few years, most people who come there have stayed there on average 6.5, which is great. It's real good. Everywhere else, I still can't believe you do some hard rock. What are they doing? That's incredible. I'm about to see how much it's going to cost next week, which actually Independence Day in America is not Independence Day. Well, no, it's not Independence Day in the DR. Okay. Yep. Victim Rails, it's five something. 519. Free transfer to and from the airport, early check-in, late check-out. You're going to have a credit probably as well. Exclusive perks. I don't know what those are. That's the Black Friday summer. Um, Activities and tours is 657. Okay, so I'm going to use a week. A week for two people is going to cost four 3,700 bucks. But that's the all inclusive 24/7. That's interesting. So I don't know how you get it if you have to pay 115 or more. Some people might say, well, what about the daytime? It's going to be dicey. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to January. We're going to get out of there. I didn't show you on screen, but it was 519. So January is very interesting. It's like 595, 623 plus tax. So make it almost 4,000 for the week. So again, I guess there's lots of room to play if somebody's staying for a week, but two people won't stay there. Four people will. So four people would cost 8,000. So I guess there may be some room there for the week, but you're going to have to charge them. Well, four people is going to cost you 450 by itself. So 6 times 7. Yeah, you're going to be in 4,000 range as well, just to make 200. Well, yeah, you're going to be in the same range. No way around it with four people. Save 4 grand, I guess. I don't know. It's kind of dicey. Kind of dicey. Um, and here's where the problem's going to come in. If people are doing what they're doing now, where they're doing 2 bedrooms for $100, then they're going to go, well, I'll just pay $1,400 to somebody else. That's what they're going to say. And then they're going to say, okay, I still have to pay the pass at 115, but now I'm only spending 100 a night. not 200 or 300 extra. So that's why I say I don't see how that's going to work out under its present situation. I don't, and Moon Palace, I don't see how that's going to change things. Um, maybe I'm missing something, but we'll find out. Let me know if I'm missing something. Let's go. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's go. Let's see. All I am doing is advertise the fact that they can do it. That there's the opportunity for it. If I was living there, I could offer the tickets and have them at the apartment waiting for the rent. Okay, here's the question. The real question is this: the badge. The badge, is it transferable? Well, I mean, that's what you just said it. I mean, can you buy the badges in advance, or are the badges owners? That's the question. But I still don't see where I don't see how it's going to be profitable. So I mean, you could do what everybody else does. You could say, hey, I have the two-bedroom unit for 150 a night, but they still have to pay the 115, whether you're with them or not, for the 6 p.m. to 2 a.m. time. So if they have four people, that's $460 more. So that's going to come into play. So you're not going to. I don't know if you want to charge people this short. Right now, if you have the two-bedroom available, I can't. You clearly can't charge more than whatever you're doing right now. 150 would be maybe a high-end side, but there's a whole bunch of two bedrooms for 100, and there's more units on the way. And there's going to be more units at Hard Rock in 2.5 years. Now with Noval, with the Riviera Bay, that's going to be done. Noval's new project on Oasis Bay, their project, going to have at least another 400, 500 units built, and out of that, probably 60 units, 100 units. So it makes it kind of dicey. Yeah, I don't see an advantage yet for the Hard Rock being on their ground. The only way I could see an advantage would be if they did the right thing and they said, okay, guests and guest owners, you guys just give us $50 a person. That's the only way I can see this to even be a thing. Because anything else, it starts getting pricey. Because either I have to charge a lower amount anyhow, and adding on doesn't do me any good because I don't make any money from the ticket sales. So now I have to worry about my sales for the unit. I don't anticipate $200 per night anytime soon. Not until there's a mall or shopping center there or something. I don't anticipate that. Even if it is 200 that would be good. You know, I don't know. Because after 25%, you get 150. So you gotta be good. It's hard to say. Hard to say. I just can't see it in the present configuration. What I do know though is projects that have the restaurant, the co-working spaces, pools, fitness rooms, and all that, they should have a higher value. Should. But again, that's an anomaly because it's unlike any others. It's not Atlanta where everything's there. It's not like Vistaconic, everything's there. The jury is still out on what the value is going to be for them. Riches, if you invest, it's part of real estate. That's what we're talking about construction. No credit check, no qualifying, no burden, and the Dominican Republic. We have several new projects online, and prices are starting to escalate, and you're starting to find where you're going to pay more with less amenity. That's what's starting to happen. So that's why you don't want to miss Friday. You need to stay in touch. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell if you're interested. Wow. Friday, sometime between tomorrow and Friday, Naval is dropping the new project coming out. It's going to be an awesome project. The renderings they've sent over so far have been off the charts. All I can say about Naval is the cheapest price is the first day. Because these guys are aggressive. If they sell like a third of the project the first or second day, the prices will go up. That's how crazy they are. But it's a funny thing. I don't anticipate high sales volume, but it's Naval. They have investors on standby. And investors who invest in theirs, they can buy these one-bedroom units for 170, two-bedroom units for 205. By the end of the month, next month, they'll be selling those same units for $50,000 more. So that's why investors love it, because they know if they get rid of it, that's why they sell so much. All right. So I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm going to cut it off a little bit early, but I want to thank you for listening. Smash the like button on the way out, wherever you are. Smash the heart, smash the like, smash the thumb, whatever you see, the arrow. And also join us on Friday night for the SSN Nation Friday Night Live stream at 19 p.m. If you have any questions, you can always hit me up at support@stopstrugglingnow.com, or why don't you put it on my website? So then you can ask questions in there. For some more members who own projects, who bought real estate, who bought stock, you can ask any question in the SSN Nation Lifestyle Group. Not a problem. The WhatsApp link is down below in the description box for everybody on YouTube, and it's also in the chat room again. So we'll have a discussion, because we talked about this years ago about what you're able to charge for Hard Rock, and we found out it was $159 for day pass, 120 or one whatever it was, and I see the prices have actually went down a little bit. I think they charge a little bit more in because I could have sworn it was 125 for day pass. For the pass we're talking about, 159 during the day, or whichever one that was during 10 to 10. Yeah, not the full day. Full No, it was the full day with 150. So I don't know what that meant, but nonetheless, Hard Rock is awesome. And so make sure you join the WhatsApp group, and I greatly appreciate it. I got with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell so you get the latest updates. I know it's hard out. I love that day. Once again, I'm hard to remember. George's Charles left a donation tonight. I barely received those, but thank you so much. It's hard to remember the channel. So I appreciate it greatly. And be safe out here. Because since it's hard out here, that means you need to make more money. You have 3 years on average, have income damn near $20,000 a month. You're going to need it. I know some people are like, what? Yeah, you're going to need to make 15,000, 14,000, 13,000 or more per month by year 3. This next bull run, you're going to be a casualty. Upper middle class, you're going to be a casualty. All right? So keep all that in mind. Lower middle class, right? So just keep all that in your head. The next 2 to 3 years. All that said, keep your head up. Keep moving.